Let's take a common scenario that I ran into, just kind of averaging over dysfunctional meetings that I've seen within my organizations within the last 2 decades of working in HR. So, this could be safety meetings, department meetings, one on ones, it could be company wide meetings, initiative meetings, strategic meetings, all different types. I'm going to go through just the average thing that I saw. So, let me take a department meeting and show you what this looks like in the cost calculator that's available on my website, in which you can really gauge within your organization where maybe some productivity optimization could be happening, some better communication, and where this workforce energy management model really comes into play to get people focused back on value. So we're not adding more, we're focusing on value. So let's take this scenario, a department meeting. Let's say we have 10 people and the average hourly wage is about $30 across these 10 people, and we're going to meet weekly for a department meeting, just for 30 minutes, because we have some large initiatives we're working on, there's some customer complaints that we're working through, and then just basic updates. So research shows that dysfunctional meetings is about 30 to 50% of unproductive time during a meeting. So let's go with 40%. Let's go with that middle range of 40% of this meeting is going to be unproductive. It's chit chat, it's things that are not what we're focused on. So, those black hole moments where someone kind of goes on a tangent. We're talking about things over here that weren't on the agenda and no one's facilitating it. So, about 40% of unproductive time. So, average 30-hour rate across 10 people, 30-minute meeting. Well, because of all the unproductive things and the black holes and the tangents that we went on, it actually ended up being 60 minutes, which is very common. And when I ran this calculator out to a few peers to do some peer review on it in situations they could think of, so we're talking a CPA, finance person, HR analytics, different type of operations people, the most common thing I heard was on the meetings tab is the amount of spillover in the meeting is not really tracked accurately on this calculator. And when I asked why, they said, well, when spillover happens, the next meeting's unproductive, or the thing you want to do after that meeting is unproductive, or your energy is wasted, so it's unproductive. So I do acknowledge the spillover factor, but it's not calculated in that. So say our meeting runs long and that 30 minutes is acknowledged but not calculated. So let's look at the cost of this. For my department meeting of 10 people, that was supposed to be 30 minutes and we meet once a week, the unproductive meeting cost per month is only $480. But you have to remember, this is one meeting. This is one department meeting with 10 people in it, and the unproductive cost was about $480 annually, about $5,700. It doesn't seem that bad. Now, that's saying that everything on the agenda, the purpose, and the outcome of this meeting were met. Now, let's click over. Let's change that to no. So the outcome wasn't achieved. We just kind of gave updates to each other, and then we left the meeting. That could have been an email. That could have been a system integration feature or data feature. We didn't need to have that meeting. So now we're looking at $1,200 a month of unproductive time for one 30-minute meeting. That adds up over time. And again, that's just one meeting. So that's just a preview of the dysfunctional meeting calculator. There's a bunch of rows that I have hidden that you will input some information of how many people attended and wages, and some of that dysfunctional factors, and then it will calculate out the unproductive time of those meetings and what it might be costing your organization on a monthly and annual basis. And then if you're not achieving the outcome, what is really being wasted, because now you're just doing things to do things. Again, we're focusing on outcomes and not activities.